Hey kids, gobble gobble gobble. You're gonna have to stay tuned in the future to see if I'm defeated by pixels. I mean, that seems to be the number one thing that people love to talk about pixels. Well, let me show you some buildings on the moon in the sunlight. You see them there to the right? This is an area of the moon. My favorite area, probably on the moon, is Aristarchus crater. Because Aristarchus crater, if you just look carefully, you'll see it has mile-high buildings, mega tall structures, and they're right there in front of you. Look at that. Incredibly complicated, interconnected buildings. I believe every building in these cities on the moon, and every particular city. This is Aristarchus. All these buildings are connected to each other in some way. So there's no loss of energy. There's no loss of anything. Everything is connected. And that's how these people live. Look at how incredible these structures are. Look at this. Look at how they built this place. And, we're supposed to think that there are some Nazis or some humans of some kind. No, humans don't think like this. We did in the past, in the days of the ziggurats and the early races of man. They built in these ways. I guess it's the way they were taught to build by whatever aliens came down then. There had to have been something. I mean, there's pyramids on other worlds. There's pyramids on the moon. There's pyramids on Mars. There's pyramids on Mercury. There's pyramids on Venus. You name it. Enceladus. There are pyramids on all the planets. We want to take credit for pyramids on this planet. Well, we didn't build the pyramids. That's the thing about the pyramids. There were no slaves building these pyramids. Maybe some smaller ones. Maybe some of the goofier ones. But I think the ones that last forever with the minimum of wear and tear, those were built by other people. They weren't built by us. The Dasher and all these other places with the bent pyramids, all the screwed up pyramids. I think mankind did those, but the ones that are built to last, those were built by aliens because the exact same pyramids are on other planets. So unless we're from other planets, and maybe we were left here or something, maybe left behind, and a couple of people started a whole race. Who knows? A whole society, a whole world full of people of different races and colors and sizes, and you name it. It's possible. Maybe a ship crash landed here, and the man and the woman survived, and boom, you have us today. That we're here at all is the most amazing thing about life. People don't realize it. They sit around saying they're bored. I've never been bored 1 second in my life, ever. I don't know what boredom is. I always have something I need to do, or something I'm thinking about, or something I'm considering, or some project I need to work on, and I'm trying to figure it out. I always have something going. I'm never bored. I think it's a great waste of your life. Jack Vance, the writer, said the greatest thing. I talked to him on the phone one day, and he said that if he knew he was going to get old for sure, if he knew he was going to become an old man one day, he said he would have partied every night of his life with his friends. He said there would have been some excuse for a party every single night, because that's what you're supposed to do with your life. You're supposed to celebrate it and enjoy it, and not sit around worrying about things. There are bigger things to worry about. If you really want to worry about something, here you go. But everything else, you have to put it to the side and get on with things, I suppose. Well, that's what they tell you to do. Anyway, look at this strange face there in the center with the big black eyes, just like they tell you an alien has. I found this before years ago and showed this from a different angle. And that's on disclosed television. I don't know what the name of the picture is, but it's there. And here's a head-on, face front view of a giant alien face, a statue of some kind, one of their heroes, or probably their George Washington or something like that. Hey, they have those people too. They have the ones that they remember, and that's the huge faces you see on these worlds. People think, I mean, good Lord, people think that I'm saying that there are aliens that big. No, I'm saying that these are statues, effigies, something to represent these aliens, just like we have in Washington with Lincoln and you name it, just like we have of Khufu, whatever. We have these giant statues that represent the kings and the heroes in our world, on our world. So So do the aliens. And again, metal buildings on the moon, Aristarchus crater. You'll see the big ones in the front to the right, and then smaller ones in the back. Here's Aristarchus. This is an amateur photo, mixed with a NASA photo, by the way. But even the amateur photo, look in the middle to the top, towards the top in the middle there. You'll see a building that stretches across the middle of the picture, to the right in the middle. You'll see buildings down in the corner to the right. You see that? You see these are buildings inside the crater. Look to the right of the crater. Look at the buildings, how they rise up like towers on the side there. This is amateur. This is a photo of the moon that some guy took. His name's right there, Mike something or other. I don't know. Anyway, this is the moon. These are the people on the moon. These are the structures on the moon, and you can see them even in amateur photos. So they're there. It's not a figment of my imagination. It's not pareidolia. It's none of that silly crap. This is what's really going on the moon. There really are structures, really are aliens living on the moon. It's no big deal. There are more of them than there are of us, by far. I mean, God, think about that. Think about the fact that here we are fighting and killing each other off every day, and we're outnumbered by trillions. There's no one out there that we could beat. We're not even allowing others to live long enough to find out these things. You know, we have the skeptics. The meek have inherited the earth, as they say. That's what the Bible said would happen. But boy, the meek really have nothing to say, do they? They seem to think that I have this channel so that I can come on here and talk and grandstand. I've heard that a few times from some idiots out there, or pontificate. This alleged female said. No. You know, what do you want me to do? Sit here and meow and be nice and soft and cuddly and do wacky speaking and, you know, boing, 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 you know, here I am, here we are, the moon again, like other people do out there. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be an idiot. But people seem to love those idiots out there. They seem to get millions. But that's not my goal. I'm not trying to get millions. I just want the people that can handle this to see it. Simple as that. The ones that have always known, since they were kids, that have always known. You don't have to tell them. You don't have to show them. This just confirms for a lot of people what they've always known because they've had the sense to know it. There's an alien head in the very center at the top there, and other structures. But there are some people out there that have been intuitive enough to have always known that there are people on other planets. And all I'm doing is going a bit beyond intuition. I knew it too. I didn't want to believe it, but here they are. Not just the moon, but everywhere. And it's just the way life really is, folks. We have to start thinking differently. Maybe we wouldn't kill each other if we knew that there are other people out there that don't kill, that seem to try to survive. And no matter what this is, whether I'm wrong or right about this being a city, what in the heck is going on in this crater? Why is it so colorful and bright? And imagine the people that live inside that crater. They would have to have black eyes because it's so bright. It's incredibly bright. You can see it from Earth. Look at how beautiful it is. And there are several NASA stories about the place. It looks a lot like Ceres if you take a look in the center there. The white glowing buildings. Now, why does no one talk about the white glowing buildings on the moon? Why is everybody so concerned? Look in the middle of that. You can see the white glowing buildings, just like Ceres. And you know, I have so many people that say that they don't see anything in the picture. Well, that says a lot about you. It says nothing about me or any of us that can see these things. It says something about you. So yeah, maybe you shouldn't say that you can't see these things because, like I say, it says a lot about you that you don't take the time to relax your eyes and to relax what you're doing. Take 10 minutes or whatever the length of a video is, and just look at it. Just freeze it, and do close-ups if you can. Especially on these types of photos that I don't do much other than lighten or darken. You can see the cities just by merely doing that. You don't have to go crazy on these photos. You can do very little and see what's going on here. You can see the structures inside the crater. There's the NASA version. Now, why would the NASA version be blurry, folks? Why do they blur their pictures? You know, why do they give you a 3D representation of a city and then blur it? Does that make any sense to you? All you people out there that say that I'm going to get my comeuppance when the series stuff comes through, no, I won't. No, I won't. It's going to be business as usual for NASA. It'll be the same. Some people are going to be able to see it, and some people won't be able to see it. It's going to be the same. This is just the way things are. Some of you can see it, and some of it you can't. You just can't see it. So I do my best to try to show you what's here. I don't have any other goal. I'm not trying to sell you religion or sell you on the benevolence of aliens. When I say a benevolent solar system, I'm not talking about the aliens. I'm talking about the conditions that are here to keep life thriving everywhere. Think about it. Life thrives throughout the solar system. It's magical. And we sit around worrying about paying bills and all that crap. And you know, there are people that would like a comet to hit the planet so they wouldn't have to pay bills anymore. They want a zombie apocalypse because they're having a little trouble in their lives and they just can't deal with it. So they're hoping everything just goes to bust. But you know, I don't think it's ever going to happen. I think we're meant to survive. I think no matter what we do to this planet, it's going to bounce back and do what needs to be done to make it habitable, make itself habitable again. We don't really have to worry about things like that. We should just get on with our lives. I don't worry about my life or anybody else's. I just live it. I don't sit around worrying about things. I just try to find what I can on these planets and show you and let you know that life is far more wonderful and more incredible than they want us to know. You know, think of all the people that have died by the billions on this planet and have never known it. Never known that there are aliens out there. Well, like I say, me versus the pixels, I win. I don't even worry about it. I know for a fact. I'll give it the pixels. Pac-Man will get indigestion trying to swallow me down.